All right. Welcome to the Golden Mean, part 4 of the father-son fortnight. I called this a fortnight when we started, Dad, because it sounded good, but we're 3 weeks and 2 days into my stay at your house to recover from surgery. And I'd say our clothes says a lot about our subject today. I've got the Masters Augusta hat on, which we got together a few years ago when you took me to the Masters. You've got Highland Park Strong on, and tell us about your hat there. That to introduce the subject. What's that hat mean?
Okay, this hat was made special for my 80th birthday golf tournament, which you organized and ran at the Glen on September 28th, 2021. We had it for my 80th, which was November 1st, but we had it early on September 28th at the Glen Club in Glenview, Illinois, because a lot of the guys that I'm friendly with would have headed to Florida in October. So we had 60 of my greatest friends and your friends too for a nice 18-hole event. That's how we celebrate at the Glen Club, followed by the $1 million shootout.
$1 million shootout. Well, so now let me introduce, I wanted you to hint it there. We've talked about gambling on one show. We talked about horse racing, your other incredible sports passion, and we're going to talk about golf today. And of all the things that connect us and the things we like to do and watching sports and all of that, I would say that from my point of view, in my 55 years or 42 since I started playing golf, that is the thing we've connected and had the most fun doing, playing, attending, betting. So we're going to talk about golf today. And I want to start when you were a kid. I started at 12, and I'll get to that when you took me out for the first time. What are your earliest memories of our favorite sport?
Well,
a little louder, just because we've got amateur audio going here.
Actually, when we moved out to Highland Park when I was 10, I started to pick up a club when I was 11 and played my first rounds at Sunset Valley Golf Course in Highland Park as an 11-year-old. My mother used to drive me to the course. I'd start playing golf with a couple of friends at 11 years old, and she picked me up. We'd play 9 holes. And actually, I started caddying when I was 13 at Lakeshore Country Club in Highland Park, Illinois. But I kind of taught myself when I was 11. And when we joined Twin Orchard when I was 14, then I took a couple of lessons, and then I never took another lesson again in my life. I taught myself watching all the good, great golfers at Lakeshore Country Club. Somehow they gave me the best golfers because I was a great caddy at 14.
I'll bet. And so you just told me about your first time on the golf course at Sunset Valley. So for people who don't know, Highland Park Strong, we both have these T-shirts, and this is the tragic shooting that took place in the town that we both grew up in, Highland Park, several weeks ago. And Sunset Valley, the golf course that Dad just mentioned, is the public golf course in Highland Park. And that's the first place you took me to play golf, not Twin Orchard.
Oh, yeah.
Where you joined a country club. And I'll tell you, I'll never forget how nervous I was at 12. The first time I ever hit a shot on any golf course was with you at Sunset Valley. And I thought I was going to rip it in the trees or something. At 12, I hit it 180 down the fairway, and it was a thrill of a lifetime to have my father watch me hit my first shot in play.
That's great. That's great. So I started at 12, and then 14 went to Twin Orchard. And the funny thing is, at Sunset Valley in those days, I remember. Does anyone remember the great heavyweight boxer Joe Louis? He came to Sunset Valley to play from Chicago, from the South Side. And I watched Joe Louis tee it up a few times on the first tee at Sunset Valley, which was really a thrill. At that time, he was heavyweight world champion.
Yeah, well, you know what? That just reminded me. So there's so many golfs. We couldn't even get through them in 30 minutes. But that just reminded me, on your honeymoon, I believe, with my mother in California, did you play with Bobby Riggs?
No. We went on our honeymoon with your mother, my first marriage. We went to the Broadmoor Country Club. And the funny thing is, they had torrential rains for 2 days. So we stayed in the room. On the third day, the sun broke. And I told your mother, I got to go play golf. I mean, I'm at the Broadmoor, and I went to the pro shop. And lo and behold, I started talking to a couple of the pros at the Broadmoor pro shop. And one of them asked me, where are you from? I said, Chicago, on my honeymoon. He said, oh, that's great. He said, what are you doing tomorrow afternoon at 3:00? I said, well, I was planning on being with the wife at the pool. He said, how would you like to play with Dow Finsterwall, the current PGA reigning champion? Now, I knew Dow Finsterwall in those days in the 50s, in the early mid 60s, he was one of the top 5 pro players. To make a long story short, they paired me up with Dow Finsterwall, and I played with him 2 afternoons with Dow Finsterwall. It was really a great thrill to play with him.
Wait a minute though. So, but you did, what was the trip that the hustler, the professional tennis player?
That was Bobby Riggs. That
Right.
was about 10 years later.
Let's hear that story.
Where we went to the La Costa Country Club
right,
in Carlsbad, California. And always seemed whenever I took your mother for a vacation, I wound up on the golf course, and
Shocking.
she was at the pool.
Shocking.
And I got hustled by Bobby Riggs for 2 days. They paired me up with Bobby Riggs, and I like to gamble. And lo and behold, they said he was a 15 handicap. He beat the hell out of me 2 days in a row. I wrote 2 big checks. Actually, he played to about a 7. But after the second day, when he beat me and the match was over, he played out the round, and he missed 3 4-footers by purpose just to keep his handicap up. And I knew I was hustled for those 2 days.
Oh, wait.
Bobby Riggs.
So wait a second though. Okay, so some of these stories maybe I misremember. So I thought the first day you beat him, and then you got back to the hotel and there was a recording, and he said, we're playing again. He
beat me the first day, and I was so mad. I called the pro shop and I said, pair me up with Riggs tomorrow afternoon. I got to play with him one more time. Yes, sir, Mr. Golden. And he beat the hell out of me the second day, and that was enough for me.
That's a great story.
And then he went on to play one of the great tennis matches against Billie J. King in the Houston Astrodome, and he probably cheated in that match. She beat the hell out of him.
By the way, if people haven't seen the
BJK,
the movie about Riggs and Billie Jean King, as Steve Carell plays, he plays Bobby Riggs, and it's absolutely hilarious. He goes to a Gamblers Anonymous thing, and he starts trying to teach the guys how to play cards because their problem isn't gambling, their problem is losing. They don't know how to gamble.
Yeah, well, he sure hustled me.
So do you remember? I'll tell you this. So that was the one thrill as a kid, and then I played high school golf and all that. And when I was a teenager, we played. Do you remember the first tournament we played in together?
The father-son at Twin Orchard?
That's right.
Yeah.
We shot.
I think it was a best ball, no scratch, no handicap. And I think we shot 72 par without any handicaps, alternate shot. And that was a great thrill of mine. I still got the trophy from the father-son.
We shot, I remember this because I was a kid trying to impress my old man in the first tournament. I was nervous, but we shot 74. It was a par 70, so we shot 4 over, but not best ball, alternate shot. So we played. That was a
thrill.
So tell me about your tournament life. Talk about Twin Orchard. There's a lot of great players there at the club you grew up at, and then you were a member as an adult. I really
grew up at. The funny thing is, just a little background. I played high school tennis at Highland Park High School. Mm-hmm. I wasn't on the golf team. And I really got serious with golf after high school, played that summer in the Chick Evans tournament, which was a big amateur tournament in White Pines Country Club out in Bensonville. And lo and behold, I got paired up with the defending champion of the Chick Evans, and they took a picture in the Sun Times of me and I'm trying to remember his name.
It's right over there. You have the photo.
And we have the photo. And here I am in the Sun Times. So I really got into golf after high school. And then I went to Denver University and tried out for the golf team and made it as the 6th man. I played college golf for 3 years, I never got better than the sixth man. I was always the last man. We had 1 through 6, but I did play college golf and played against some great teams. Houston University, they had Homero Blancas and all these tour guys that went on to the tour. So I really got serious about golf after high school. And then I played public links golf at Sunset and Four Winds Country Club. After I was married, I couldn't afford Twin Orchard. And I always had the Barry Golden Invitational
Oh,
when I
yeah.
was 31 years old, invited 70 of my best friends to Four Winds out in Mundelein, and we had a hell of a time. And it was a great day, and I did it for 3 years. And then I became 35 and joined Twin Orchard as a junior member. My dad was a member at Twin, so I came in as a junior member at 35 and then became a full bona fide member at 40, and then played in tournaments there. And I can honestly say that my best years of golf were at Twin Orchard, playing with great golfers like Judd Malkin and Matt Horwich. And I was fortunate to win the club championship twice and finished second 5 times.
5 times.
5 times. I had a 8-stroke lead one year, and a kid came in the morning, shot 72. The wind came up when I teed off 3 hours later. I shot 80, he shot 71, and I got beat by 1 shot. I was in a depression for about a week.
Was that Steve?
We had
Cohn?
a lot of great tournaments at Twin Orchard beside the club championship. I won the men's Calcutta one year when it was really something. It was a big pot, and I was the A player, so I captained my team in to win the Calcutta one year. And then I won the senior championship at Twin Orchard 3 times at Twin, and the Twin Cup, the member get. I mean, I had a pretty damn good career at Twin Orchard. That was where I really started playing competitive golf.
Was Steve Cohn when he shot? Was he the one who shot 72? I was watching that day. Is he the guy
Yeah.
who do that?
Yeah, Steve Cohn.
So
He
you
shot
had
72, excuse me.
Right.
I shot 81. I was leading by 8 shots in the 4th round, and he beat me by a shot.
So, and you also you came. Correct me if I'm wrong. You came in second 5 times before the first time you won. So it was like
I
monkey
finally
on your
broke
back.
through.
You couldn't.
I broke through after playing in the tournament 7 or 8 times with 5 seconds, and then I won. And then the following year I was second, and then the following year I was first. So they say winning the second time is harder than the first. So I was really proud to win it twice out there at Twin Orchard.
The closest, by the way, for the record, I ever got to winning that tournament was a semifinal against Brian.
I remember.
14 years younger, played for Butler University, hit it 70 yards longer than me, and you followed me all the way around until
13th green. You missed a 3-footer to go even.
Choked it 3 feet.
Then you went to 14. He birdied 14. Sayonara.
Oh man, we don't need to leave.
Sayonara.
Sorry, I brought that up.
It was fun watching you.
So then years later, we had a great time in that fall classic where everybody puts in money into this big.
Oh yeah, that was at Twin Orchard too.
Right, 3-man tournament, and I was the A, you were the B, and we had a C guy that you did not think was.
Yeah, I didn't think we had a chance, but we did win, and then I won the horseshoe. The individual tournament after the round, the 12 low guys that day started, and I got down to 2 guys, me and Alan Young, on the 6 hole at Twin, and he hit it in the bank. I hit it on the green. He made 4. I made 3. So I was the the horse race champion that year. I've got a lot of great memories at Twin Orchard.
You have, and so I'm going to change the course of this a little bit, but before I do, I'd be remiss if I didn't say that the golf trips my dad has taken me on have been unbelievable, from Bandon Dunes to Carmel Valley Ranch to
Pebble Beach
to Spyglass right at Pebble Beach to Florida to going to the Masters together. And I know I'm forgetting one great course we played, but we've had so much fun doing that stuff, and I'm so grateful that you always wanted to bring me along with your guys or whatever. So let's talk about the tour. First of all, let's talk about golf as a game. Is there any sport you like playing or watching more than golf?
No, because you know, when you play golf with people, you see their true character on the golf course. It really brings out the best in people and it
Yeah.
brings out the worst of people. So I saw a lot of funny stuff going on with a lot of people, but basically you wind up playing with the guys that you respect and you have a great time with. And the game of golf is challenging every day. You know, you try to do better, and some days are great and other days are fair. But honestly, playing with you all my life, father son golf, I really enjoy probably the best of playing with my son because you were really good through all these years, and we had some really amazing tournaments wins, and as a team, and also playing some wonderful golf courses, as you said, across the United States. Really.
Yeah, I come to, now you play at Tamarisk and Palm Springs. I'm a Frank Sinatra file. So where it's on Sinatra Drive, and he used to have a place at Tamarisk, and you play with the guys, and I drive there from Arizona, and we have a great time betting a few bucks, and you
Yeah,
guys.
we won the member guest low
That's right.
gross, low net a few times and won a few bucks. But the game of golf is just so challenging and also so rewarding, as if you're having a great day with your friends and you're competing, and it's really a great individual game and also a great foursome game where again you see people for their true meaning, and it's just been a great ride for me. I've been playing 71 years of golf. And actually, one of my biggest thrills in the sport was shooting 72 at Plantation out in Palm Springs when I was 74. I've got the card and everyone signed it. All my friends saw me birdie 17 and par 18 for 72. And being 74, I honestly can say that was really a great thrill in the 70s. Now I'm 80. I got to go start shooting some 86s, 76s
Well,
to better 72.
well, you shot, it's today's Wednesday, Monday, you shot 80, you shot your age. Where
Yeah,
was
I
it?
shot 79 last Friday. Yeah, at Twin Orchard.
Oh, Twin Orchard 79. Okay. I
Yeah.
thought, so you're still beating your age. That's
But that day I played with my brother-in-law, Marty Becker, and again, just playing with relatives and friends, and it's hard to explain to people how wonderful the game of golf is.
the best. And we've had great times playing with my uncle Marty and my cousin
And then we
Andrew.
went on our Masters trip to Augusta, Georgia, which is your favorite tournament. And that
Best.
was really a highlight of our travels, probably traveling, playing to be at Augusta at the Masters and watch Tiger Woods stride up to the 12th tee, 40 feet from us. And you and I were going, we can't believe we're here.
I
We
know. Well,
can't.
you're,
And we're right here at Augusta, Georgia. We're not watching it on TV, and we're betting everybody during the day. And I had Francesco Molinari, who was leading the tournament for 3 rounds,
and
and then he
dumped.
choked on
He
the 12th
dumped.
green, cost me a bundle. Oh boy, can you have fun playing and betting golf?
You know that I remember actually. You're almost repeating what I said on that 12th tee. So Dad and I were you perch on the famous Amen's corner of Augusta National, and we got there early, and we're sitting on the tee where they hit the short par 3 shot over the water to this little postage stamp green.
12th hole.
Famous hole, the 12th hole, and as Tiger walked off 11 and came up, because we played with both of us. You play with a lot of athletes, play with a lot of we played with Michael Jordan.
Jordan's of the
We
world.
beat Michael. We actually we went to extra innings and we lost to Michael Jordan and his partner.
We played him in the tournament at Twin Orchard.
Right.
I played with him one day at the Merit Club, and I walk up in my shorts, and he's on the first tee, and he looks at me, and he says, if I had those legs, I wouldn't even show up in shorts. I looked at him, I said, what's wrong with my legs? He said, I told you that if I had legs like you, I would never wear shorts. I said, shut up and hit the ball. Let's go.
Oh,
he
God.
was working me.
Actually, when we did play Michael Jordan on a partner his in that tournament, We were one down. I'm going to pat myself on the back here. We were one down with 2 holes to play, and we had the hardest hole, the par 5, 580 yards, the 8th hole. And I said, after we roll off the tee, I'm going to make you a natural birdie here. And you said, yeah, sure. Okay. All right. Okay. It's made a 20-footer for birdie, and we sent it into extra innings. And then Michael Jordan, who was not playing well that day, he knocked in a 25-foot birdie putt, and he let us
extra death. Yeah,
he let us know that he made the putt.
Yeah.
But you know
But
what?
that was really a great day.
It was a great day.
As all days on the golf course, there is not one bad day on the golf course. You can't have a bad day.
All right, let's talk about the tour. I remember you loving, when we were younger, I remember you really loving Lee Trevino. He was a gambler, and he was missing or making putts for thousands of dollars before he went on tour. Who do you remember from especially the 70s and 80s, obviously Nicholas, but who did you love watching play golf during that era?
I love watching Trevino because he's got a swing similar to me. He loops it up and around. So I kind of copied his swing in a way. And one of the great things about Trevino was that, he was very poor, and he wound up hitting balls with Coke bottles. And one of the amazing, funniest things about Trevino is he took Nicklaus to sudden death in a U.S. Open. I think it was at, I forget the course now, but he shows up on the first tee with a fake snake, and he takes the snake out of his bag and he throws it in front of Nicklaus. Nicklaus jumped 5 feet in the air, and Trevino's laughing. And I'm watching, and I said, can you believe what Trevino just did to one of the best all-time golfers ever? Yeah, I think what is he old? 19 major championships, and Tiger has 18?
Nicholas has 18. Tiger has 15.
Oh, he's got 15 now. I thought he had 17.
No, 3 back.
All right. But Trevino I love watching the old greats at Tam O'Shanter. My parents belonged to Tam O'Shanter when I was 9 and 10. And I watched Sam Snead. I watched Champagne Tony Lima, Terry Middlecoff. I watched these guys when I was 11. I said, this is really cool. I got to play this game. And that's how I started after watching these guys at Tam O'Shanter in the mid-50s.
All right, I'd be remiss again if I didn't ask you your opinion about, you are a highly knowledgeable golf viewer and analyst. You're one of the few people I know who might watch more golf than me and the guys I play with. So the Live Tour, these guys going and making anywhere from 10 million to what they had purportedly offered Tiger, and he said no, 850 million. But guys making tens of millions, if not 150 million. The big names who aren't as competitive necessarily on the tour anymore, going to this Saudi-controlled tour. We've talked about it, but for public consumption, what's your opinion?
Well, watching the PGA Tour since I was 10. Nicklaus and Palmer made the game, and then Tiger Woods really broadened it out. And the Live Tour is really an exhibition tour. It's all about the money, and the PGA, as you know, has suspended these guys who have joined the Live Tour. I just think it's not good for golf, this Live Tour. It's exhibition. They've got, champions like Bryson DeChambeau and Dustin Johnson. I don't agree with that Live Tour. I think it's hurting golf now. It's causing rift between the players. I hope that somehow that Live Tour fails. That's my opinion. And all these great golfers on the Live Tour come back to the US PGA Tour. That's kind of my take on it.
How you and I whether we're at a different place or together like we are now and watching the tour on Saturday and Sunday, and you and Ronnie Foreman, one of your best friends, you take 6 players and you bet them.
We have a ball.
What's better down the stretch, watching the guys who can make it happen on Sunday and the guys who aren't ready or get it done yet? And that's no criticism. It's the hardest, to me, one of the hardest sports stages in the world, because you're alone. like tennis, but the ball's sitting still. And
Yeah.
you've got you and your demons in the golf course, even before you're competing against others. Don't tell me about what you love on Sunday afternoons watching the tour.
Well, it's just the great competition. And last week, you know, you watch Patrick Cantley hit a bunker shot from 178, a tremendously hard shot on the green, and two putt to win. And you just say to yourself, like, these guys got guts. I mean, it's unbelievable the pressure that they face. But you know, they make so much money that I was kind of analyzing it when Cantley was in the bunker. It's like, well, he's got nothing to lose. He's going to win at least $1 million. But actually, they want to win.
They've
All
got a
these guys
lot to
want to
lose.
win.
There's a
It
lot
gets
to
to the point
lose.
where they want the championships and not the money. So just watching on Sunday afternoon, the last 9 holes of every tournament, it's just like a drama on who's the toughest mentally that can pull it off and win. And that to me is a great, it's a great challenge to do that under pressure. I know at Twin Orchard, when I played in the club championship, I felt pressure, you know, on the last day on every shot. So just watching Sunday afternoon the pros, it's fabulous to watch these guys. They're so good.
Well, and isn't that like one of the, look, golf is great to teach you grit and humility and you know,
Right.
like you said, you know, I have one rule. When people say, "Oh, I want to play golf with you, but you're better than me. Do you mind or whatever?" I said, "Can you have a good time and can you advance the ball?" That's it. Those two things are the prerequisites. But if you're really a competitive tournament, a person who plays and loves tournament and competition, what's better? It doesn't matter whether it's a club tournament or the tour. What's better than when you're in a position to win something and then it's up to you. You can't blame anybody else. It's you standing over the ball and the elements in the golf course. What's better than that? Especially as you get older and people don't play as many other sports when they get older.
Yeah, even though I play now with guys who are very competitive, we try to win every day. Every shot means something. And at 80, doing this, it's really like fantastic that you can still go out and be competitive and compete. You know, I love playing golf now at 80 as much as I love playing at 12.
That's the poetry of that sport. You can play it at any
Yeah.
age. There's a handicap system where you can be
And
competitive.
it's something you and I can do together and playing the Tamara's member guest. I love it.
I
I
love
love life, King. Golf and life. What's better?
You're Highland Park strong, baby. You're
Yeah,
Highland
baby.
Park strong. Okay, I did the show without the sling. I don't, hope the
All
doctor's
right.
not watching. I have had a great time playing golf with you since I was a kid. Even the days
the
where we might
best.
drive each other nuts, and you're telling me what club to hit.
We have a good time.
There's a part 4 of the father-son fortnight. I did a secret recording on part 3 of you and I talking about gambling. Part 2 on gambling will be one of the next episodes where we talk about this tradition you've passed down to me at a very young age.
Yeah,
and all the fun that we've had. But I had to do a little thing of us talking about golf because it's brought us so much laughs and joy over the years.
yeah. I look at all our pictures, and we're very lucky to have been able to play together at some great venues across the country, many tournaments, member guests, and even playing with my friends. You play with my friends, and they love having you play with me. It's a great joy.
It's the best. It's the best. And I just remember sure there are more, but I'm remembering you, me, my cousin Andrew and Uncle Marty going to Vegas and playing Reflection Bay.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
That
was great.
Just had a blast. I love you, Dad. Thank you for coming on.
All right, gang. Thanks for tuning in to a little podcast today. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you around the bend.
Nurse Barry, thank you.
Okay. I love you.
I love you.
Okay. Bye-bye.